Hey, welcome, and in this video you're going to learn how to gain more control with your weak hand with this one simple exercise. So let's get right to it. Okay, so before we get going on this exercise, I want to let you know that these exercises are available in my new hand speed development download that you can click the link on down in the description below. It gets sent to you, and there's 4 exercises in there with a practice log to keep track of how long you've been practicing, what you've been practicing, and the goal you're trying to achieve. With this drum lesson, we're looking to do fill-in exercises, and basically all that is putting 16th notes in between 8th notes. When we lead with our left hand, we're obviously going to be working on the least dominant side of our body. If you're a left-handed drummer, obviously that's going to be your right hand. And fill it in with 16th notes on our right hand. That does sound easy, but once we start to speed things up with the metronome, you're going to notice how little control you have with your left hand at those faster tempos. So the idea with building this is to be able to properly displace the right hand, all while keeping a steady pulse with our left hand. And that's the one we really want to exercise. So with repetition, we're going to be able to internalize with our muscle memory how to create even strokes with our left hand. Another thing to note before we get into the exercise is that our stick is perpendicular to our arm so that all the energy is going straight through the stick and we're not slicing it. Look down here on the pad, I'll show you what I mean. So we want to bounce it straight up and down. We don't want to slice it, but how do we figure out how we're actually doing that properly? Take your drumsticks like this, flip them upside down or right side up, it doesn't matter, and then flick them against your forearm. If your sticks are off like this and they're not striking your forearm, you're going to notice that that's the improper grip. So ideally with our finger control, we want to be able to tap our forearms. It's just a simple exercise and you can tell whether or not you're playing it right. So with this first exercise, we're going to repeat each section 4 times. The first section is going to include the 16th note partial in the beat 1 of this exercise. So it's going to go. And if you remember to count out loud like everybody should be doing when they're practicing, it'll look and sound something like this. 1E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember not to slice. Straight up and down. Another thing I want you to look at down here in the video below is that when my right hand isn't playing the fill-in with the 16th note, it's resting just above the pad. I'm not resting it on the pad, and I'm not keeping my stick height too high. So the idea with this is that my right hand's always ready to play the next note. It's not up here, which gives me less time to create that rebound. And it's not here down on the pad, which is also preventing me from playing in time properly. So the idea is that you just kind of keep it hovered over the pad like this. Okay, so the first part we had the fill-in on beat 1. The second part of this exercise, the fill-in is going to be on beats 2 and 4. So we're going to go so on and so forth. Now the idea with these exercises is not to do it in short bursts, but to do it for a longer period of time. And my suggestion to you is to, when you're playing along with your metronome, find a speed where you feel the least comfortable and then bring it down about 5 to 10 BPM in speed from there, because then you're going to work towards being able to develop more control and speed. And remember, you don't have speed if you don't have control. The third portion of this exercise is moving that fill-in on beats 3 and 4 from beats 2 and 4. So it's going to look and sound something like this. Now the big picture with these exercises is to play it consecutively, 1, 2, 3, 4 times each, and to push that tempo so that you're starting to build more comfort around those tempos. Remember, your grip and your technique is more important than how fast you can play. So if you're having troubles trying to play faster, then film yourself with your phone and take a look back at it to see if you're holding the sticks properly. And if you aren't, I will give you some guidance and I will make a new video on that just for you based on grip and technique. The fourth part of this exercise, we're playing on beats 1, 3, and 4. So it's going to look and sound something like this. If you like this exercise and you want a few more of those, go down to the link in the description below and download your PDF today. It has 4 different exercises, a practice log, and you can play these on your own time. If you don't have time right now, that's fine, but download them and you can practice them at any time. And I do really encourage you to try and explore some different possibilities with those exercises to really push your creativity with learning how to practice. In this case, I like to use the French grip because it's a full-on finger motion and I can actually use the fulcrum between my index finger and my thumb to help push the stick down and then use the rebound and control that with my fingers. If you don't know how to use that grip, if you don't know how to use that technique, then I'll put a card above so you can learn more about that. Remember to have fun with this exercise. It might be boring, but you want to build that weak hand. We want more control and we want more speed. So by downloading those exercises below, that's really going to take your control and your weak hand to new levels. Thanks so much for watching this video. My name's Fleury, and I'll see you in the next one.